watching Seven Rivers Sports. I'm your host, Terry Erickson. Each week, an inside look into sports, wellness, fitness. Today, the Sister Act. You probably already know them, but you don't know all the details about their lives, and we're going to introduce you to exactly what they're all about here on the show today. Marissa Kleman, Jordyn Kleman, welcome to the show, girls.
Thank you.
Well, been a busy summer. Where a lot of young people take the summer off and, don't do a lot. For you, Marissa, who are about to be a sophomore at Logan, accomplished athlete, we're going to talk about that. You had an extremely busy and eventful summer, didn't you?
Yeah. Started off, I made Team Wisconsin for Badger Region HP high performance, and I went to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and competed there, and that was a ton of fun. And just other volleyball camps along the summer. Well,
give us a little bit of insight into that experience in Florida, how the team did, the makeup of the team, and so on.
We didn't place as well as we would have hoped, but the overall experience was amazing. I met a lot of people that I'm still in touch with, and the level of competition was so new to me, and it was really helpful for me.
And it stimulated your interest and motivated you, a high energy, and what an incredible experience, and meeting all the different people and all the traveling. And your family went with you too, I assume?
My mom did. My sister and my dad had to stay back for softball, but that's okay.
Well, and Jordyn, I think everybody knows about your accomplishments. Probably the best pitcher in a softball pitcher in the area that's ever played the game, and there's been several good ones, and we at Central and Aquinas, but I don't know, you're one of the tops, there's no question about it. At Winona State, a sophomore, we're going to talk about that, but you had an eventful summer also.
It was my last summer playing travel club softball. So I was still young enough to play 18 and under, so I did that all summer. And I played with the Badger Blitz out of Baraboo, and we played in a lot of tournaments and finished our last national tournament in Ohio this past week.
Some of the highlights besides Ohio?
I really like the team. You play with girls from all over the state, so I got to meet a lot of new people. And we won, I don't know how many tournaments, 2 or 3. We were in the championship at almost every tournament we went to, so we were a very successful team, and we just got along really well and played together well, so it was a lot of fun.
And you pitched in nearly every game, I presume?
Most of them. There was me and then one other pitcher, so we had to plow through a lot of games this summer.
Good. It was a great experience. But you're also able to find time to work at the sweet shop, which Terry and his family go to quite a bit. And get some milkshakes, other things. You enjoy working at the sweet shop?
Yes, I do. I've worked there for 2 summers now, so I'm getting the hang of it, and I enjoy it.
Well, Marissa, as we tape this show, again, Marissa Kleman, Jordyn Kleman, our guest today, as we tape the show here in early August, your mind now turns to volleyball, starting practice next week, Marissa. And last year, a 3-sport athlete, you were certainly one of the defining moments in your early high school career is the fact that you were on the varsity in all 3 sports, but now you turn your attention to the Logan Ranger volleyball program. Tell us a little bit about what do we expect out of you and the team?
Lots of sophomores, so we're really just, I feel like we all love the game, and we're really excited to play this year, and we are just really ready to become a better team, and we've been working together and going to camps during the summer, and hopefully it'll all come together. And
you had a very successful freshman year. I mean, a lot of people probably didn't even know you were at a high level as a freshman. Some of your accomplishments
in the school year. Well, I made honorable mention all conference, and yeah.
3 sports, a 3-sport athlete.
Oh.
And hard to balance all of that besides being an exceptional student also?
It is hard because there were a lot of late nights with homework and trying to balance all that, like traveling and being home late at night and trying to get work done. It was a challenge, but I definitely needed it. It was fun.
Well, Jordyn, as now about to be a sophomore at Winona. 56-7 record this past year, and you accomplished more than you maybe even dreamed of. Talk a little bit about your first year at Winona State.
Yeah, it was definitely more than I ever imagined it would be, and we broke the school record for wins in a season for softball, so that was incredible, and our coach was just more than happy with that, so that was great. And just, it was a whole new experience and a whole new level of play, and it was just, I was ready for it, and it was really exciting and fun.
And 10 no-hitters?
No, I wish.
Several
there was
no-hitters,
a few.
and several one-hitters, and,
Yep.
and all conference, and you just, it's incredible. I don't know if any freshman in the history of Winona State accomplished more than you.
I couldn't tell you.
But that many games, starting your season, I believe you started in Rochester in February.
Yep, we started on Valentine's Day.
And then you traveled all throughout the country.
Yep, we go, so we have some indoor games in Rochester, and then we take our spring trip like the first week of Florida. Over spring break, we go to Florida and play 10 games while we're down there in a week. And then we come back, we have a week of practice, and then we play a big tournament in Missouri. And then after that, it's conference play, which is like 4 to 6 games a week, so it's a lot.
So a pretty rough trip going to Florida during March and getting ready for the season. That was your first experience playing at a high level, Division II. And you transitioned well into it, as everyone expected. Were there any, like, surprises?
I don't know if I would say surprises, but there were a lot of adjustments I had to make. Like, just when you get to college, the 1 through 9 in the order, every batter is as good as the 3 batter in high school. So you're facing good batters every single at bat. So there's no time for taking any pitches off. And I think the other biggest adjustment I tell people I had to make was how much smaller and tighter the strike zone is with pitching. It was a big adjustment to adjust to that. And then just a whole new team, whole new faces. We eased on into it, but you had to meet a lot of new people and learn to work together, so that was a big thing too.
But how about academically? That's where a lot of people struggle from high school to college. They don't prioritize. It's so much of a commitment, even in Division III, but certainly Division II and I, and they're not able to balance, and they get behind in their subjects. What about you?
You really had to learn time management, and at Winona, all the freshmen have to do study tables, so we have to get in 4 hours of studying at it's like a little building we have to go to where you have to study you get your 4 hours in each week, so that helped. But yeah, you really learn time management, and when you're missing classes for traveling and games, you have to talk to the teachers and get ahead in things and just work when you have time. I did a lot of homework on the bus rides, so it was a lot of work, but you get used to it.
Well, Marissa, we talked a little bit about your academic. You're solid. You're on the honor roll. You're student of the month, and so on. So, is that an expectation that your parents have?
No, they just want us to try our hardest and do as best as we can, and I think that's all they really want. But I try to push myself as hard as I can.
Well, both your parents are educated, and they certainly have high expectations. No question about it. Let's go back down memory lane for a minute, starting with you, Marissa, going back to when you were introduced to athletics.
Oh, I was really young. My older brother and Jordyn, my whole family really have just been involved in sports for a really long time, and I've been doing it since I was really little. So.
And you started playing at the club. Both of you did, and of course Adam, a good athlete too, your brother. But athletics a big part of your parents too. Both of them accomplished athletes, as I know, and they didn't push, but they did encourage it, didn't they, Jordyn?
Yeah, they definitely had a big impact on us, and they never pushed us more than we wanted to be pushed, but they were always there to coach us and help us and catch us in the backyard and throw us BP and work on our basketball shots, and they're always there for us. So. And
it started with your grandfather, who passed away a few years ago, who I knew very well, a good athlete, recreational athlete, competitive athlete, played tennis, softball, and so on. And he would be so darn proud of you. But was he part of the catalyst too?
We were both really young when he passed away, unfortunately, but my mom always said he would love to see us play and would be totally into our sports and our athletics, and everything. So
you took a lesson from your parents, your grandparents, and you've both been accomplished, not only athletically, but in terms of being role models and in the classroom. Well, we're going to step aside just for a minute. When we come back, more with our interview with Marissa and Jordyn Kleman. Be right back.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Sports, the sister act today on our show. Marissa Kleman, Jordyn, Joe Kleman. She's got 3 names. We use all 3 of them.
yeah.
You both play for a lot of coaches. You certainly more, Jordyn and Marissa, younger, of course. Describe what you feel is the kind of coach you like to play for. An ideal coach, Jordyn.
Me? I think a coach who pushes you, motivates you, is positive but still can get on you to work hard and push you, and someone who's always there for you, always teaching you, and just someone who definitely motivates you to be better.
Encourages you but challenges you too.
Right.
Because everything is not always, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you would say too, Marissa?
Yeah, she pretty much said it all for me. But a coach that you can feel comfortable talking to in every form of life, or however you would say that. But
would you describe your favorite teacher, the kind that you like to be in the classroom with, the same way, Marissa?
Yeah, someone that pushes you hard and encourages you to do your best and try your hardest.
Well, good. So during the summer, of course, you've been busy, but you have hobbies too. I assume it's not all just playing sports, but maybe it is. But what your hobbies, Jordyn?
It's a lot of sports for us, definitely, but aside from sports, I really do enjoy working out and hiking and being outside, and I don't know, we watch Netflix together and working at the sweet shop.
And I think something tells me that, Marissa, you like outdoor activities too, but beach volleyball being one of them?
Yeah, I don't really have a partner because it's not as competitive on this side of the state, but we get a lot of friends together. Our volleyball team at Logan, every day they're like, do you want to go play beach volleyball at 6 tomorrow? And we're like, yeah. And it's really fun.
Well, April Rose and Lauren Fendrick, have you heard of them?
Yeah. 2
of the better beach volleyball players in the world and playing for the USA, and just finished, I think, in Vienna in the World Championships, and I think they were silver, so you watch some of that. Is there any of those athletes in any of those sports that you try to model yourself after?
Yeah, every year when the Olympics roll around, I was always watching Carrie Walsh-Jennings and April Ross compete at the Olympics, and I just think it's really cool how far they've come and everything that they've done to get there. I want to do that.
And of course, several tremendous Olympic softball players along the way, including one that was in lacrosse a few years ago, Jenny Finch. Mm-hmm. And do you model yourself after someone?
No one in specific, but I definitely like watching the college pitchers, the Olympic pitchers, and just seeing how they move the ball, seeing their mechanics, just comparing them all and modeling myself after them and pushing myself to be as good as them.
Break down the gift and the art of pitching, because it's not just about throwing strikes. It's about, as you said, knowing your batters, mm-hmm. knowing the count, knowing the kind of umpire behind the plate. I mean, it's a complex series of things in order to be an effective pitcher.
Right. It takes a lot of focus, but it also takes not overthinking your pitches and what you're doing, but there's definitely more to it than just throwing strikes. Like you said, you have to move the ball, and the biggest thing I learned when I got to college was how important it is to move the ball, because in high school you could throw it as hard as you want and get by with it, because the high school girls couldn't catch up to it. But in college, you really have to have moving pitches, have spinning pitches, and change speeds and change location and be able to hit all your spots.
And Marissa, you playing 3 sports again. Favorite sport?
Volleyball. I think everyone knows that just because I've loved it for so long, and there is not a day that goes by where I play volleyball and I haven't enjoyed it.
Do you have any personal goals for the volleyball season coming up?
To have fun. I think that I get caught up, like, if I make a mistake, I bring myself down and I let my team down, and I don't want that to happen. I just want to have fun in every game that we play.
When you're an athlete, you're on a platform, and certainly that platform is accountability, expectations. You had them at Logan, you fulfilled them, and then you graduated. Now again, Joe, a sophomore at Winona State. How do you see the role of an athlete?
The role of an athlete is just one that doesn't really compare to anything else, because you have to always be like a good role model, a good person in all aspects of life, and you have to keep up in your sport, working out, take care of your classes, and then still find time to have a social life. So it's a lot of stuff you have to be responsible for, and I think because of that, I'm a better person today.
Are you conscious of the fact that wherever you go, whether it's in the sweet shop when people recognize you, or in the mall or on the street, that people point and look and know who you are from your accomplishments at Logan and from your early success at Winona?
Yeah, I definitely have noticed that through the years, and I always have to be respectful and be a good person when I'm out, and just know that people look up to me, and I have to respect that. And
is there a favorite saying, kind of a philosophy of life, or something? Something tells me it's from the movie Friday Night Lights.
It definitely is.
Seems to tell everybody about who you are.
Friday Night Lights, the movie and the show. I've watched both, and I love them both. And the biggest thing that's always stood out to me was clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. And my dad has always said it to me, so it's just stuck with me through the years.
Let's break that down. Clear eyes meaning? Not Visine. Not, well, windows by the eyes are the windows to your soul. You know that.
Right.
But what's that first part? Clear eyes meaning?
Just a good head on your shoulders and being positive and looking for clear eyes. I don't know, just having a good vision of what you want to do and having goals.
Exactly. Not being distracted.
Right.
Understanding the game completely, and then full heart meaning?
Just play with your all every single time you step on the field.
Don't show up being lukewarm.
Right.
Have passion, compassion,
Yep.
and leave everything out on the floor or the field, right? And
Yes.
do you measure your success by whether you win or lose?
No, definitely. If you gave it your all, and at the end of the day, if it's not good enough, you just have to work harder, so it will be the next time.
Marissa, you know a writer by the name of Harry Potter.
Yeah. I think our whole family loves Harry Potter, really. I am obsessed with it, but my favorite quote from that movie is, "Working hard is important, but there's something that matters even more, believing in yourself." And yeah.
You know, it's authors write a lot about this, sports psychologists, that one of the downfalls of athletes is the fact that they do not believe in themselves. And being that that's your favorite quote, how do you motivate yourself to have strong beliefs, Marissa?
I set goals for myself every day that I step on the volleyball court. I want to become better, and a big part of that is mentally, and sometimes I lose confidence in myself, but it's really important to believe in yourself, because then you're halfway there to meeting your goal.
How about during the day in the halls at Logan, and during your rest of your life, do you have a strong sense of self-confidence?
Sometimes, yeah.
I think you're definitely coming along more than you used to be.
Yeah.
Because you have, has there been any setbacks in your life that you've had some doubts on whether or not you can fulfill your dreams, Marissa?
2 years ago, when I tried out for Badger Region High Performance, I didn't make the team, and that kind of broke my heart. And I knew I could go back next year, and I wanted to become a better volleyball player, and I was determined to try my hardest to make the team, and not making it that year was a setback for me. So.
And it was a blessing in disguise. There was a silver lining to it. You've had setbacks too. I mean, everyone, Joe, their life is not a 4-lane expressway. I mean, we all have issues in our lives, some setbacks. How you bounce back from those determines the level of success.
Definitely, I would definitely agree with that.
So give me an example of a setback.
One of my setbacks. The biggest thing that I can pick out off the top of my head was my sophomore year. It was playoffs, regionals, or it might have been our sectional semifinal, and it was 0-0 going into the 7th. I hadn't given up a hit yet, and I gave up a home run, and we lost 1-0 in sectionals, and I just used that every single day to motivate me to not have that happen the next year. And then the next year we made it all the way, and I just think I give credit to that.
Young people watching the show are, I'm sure, would like to be either a Marissa or a Joe Kleman at some point. What kind of advice would you give to young people that would like to be a Division II softball player?
I think just practice and work out and always keep a good head on your shoulder and just play your hardest every time you're out there and just keep working, keep practicing, and it'll fall into place.
Well, we have several granddaughters, and they would like to be a Marissa Kleman too at some point. What advice would you give to them and others?
Distinguish a good role model. Jordyn has always been my role model that I looked up to, and she's in the weight room every day working out, and I want to do that, and like I've seen it pay off for her, so just watching her and knowing what to do was really important. So
sibling rivalry in a positive way, and that you've kind of you've leaned on each other in terms of success, and that's really kind of identifies who you are today. Is that right?
Yeah.
Other role models? Are your parents a big part of your life?
Definitely. Both of them are great role models for us, and they always push us to be our best. And she has me to look up to, but I always had my cousin Rachel.
Yeah, well, Rachel's one of our favorites too. Rachel Rank has been on our show, certainly, and you feel the same way. I know Marissa, but you also have a couple of people that are your peers that are role models.
Tiana Washa, she always has such a good attitude on the court. I played basketball with her this past year, and just being with her, like, she made the game fun, and I want to be that person on the court, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, well, you're both great role models, and that's one of the reasons you're our guests today. Well, we wish you the best of luck, Marissa, as you enter your sophomore year at Logan, and volleyball right around the corner, and then basketball, and then softball, and Jordyn will be entering her sophomore year at Winona State, and right around the corner, and you'll have fall workouts, and we wish you the best also.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back with some closing thoughts right after this.
At Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, we have assembled a championship team
who listens to what your needs are.
We install carrier comfort systems that improve the comfort, efficiency, and the air quality of your home and workplace.
We serve you with highly trained technicians who are prompt, friendly, and honest.
For Gold Star treatment, turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our business.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Sports. I hope you enjoyed our interview with Marissa and Jordyn Kleman, two tremendous athletes, sisters, role models. Well, we begin our broadcast of high school football this week. Our cameras will be at two sites. First, Eau Claire North at Central, and then Black River Falls at Sparta. Playback of those two games beginning Saturday at 6 p.m. and highlights of those games here on Seven Rivers Sports. We continue to broaden our list of guests. If you have a thought on a topic or a guest, please contact us here at the studio. Check your local listings as we continue to bring you Knights of Thunder Racing every Thursday and every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Thanks for joining us this week. I'm your host, Terry Erickson, hoping that you will have an active and a healthy week ahead.